Welcome to the channel.
All right, here goes. This ain't easy to write, but maybe someone out there's been through something similar. I'm 34. Until a few months ago, I thought I was going to marry the love of my life. Her name's Sarah, 29. We met at work, clicked fast, had that this is it feeling. You know how that is? You meet someone and suddenly your whole future looks like it finally has a shape. It started rocky, though. Real rocky. I remember the first big argument, like it just happened. We'd been seeing each other a few weeks. Nothing official, just getting to know each other. One Friday, we were out with a few co-workers at this bar downtown. I don't remember what set her off, some dumb comment I made about her texting someone too much, but she just lost it, right there in public. Yelled, threw her drink, walked out. People stared. Some co-workers whispered. I was just sitting there, face red as hell, trying to play it cool, but inside I wanted to crawl under the table. After that night, she ghosted me for like a week. Wouldn't answer my texts or calls. Eventually, she reached out, said she overreacted, claimed she had past trauma, and didn't mean to make a scene. I didn't buy the trauma excuse fully, but I accepted the apology. I still liked her. Against better judgment, I gave it another shot. Maybe I just didn't want to admit I liked crazy. Maybe I thought she'd change. By early 2023, we were back together for real. She was sweet again, loving, talking about our future, want to get a dog, even picking baby names sometimes just for fun. And I believed it. Hell, I wanted it too. Around May, I started picking up extra shifts, staying late at work, doing side gigs, whatever I could. I was saving up for something big. I wanted to surprise her with a proposal and put down money for a house. But by July, she changed again. She got distant, cold, started saying things like, "We don't talk like we used to," or, "I feel like we're not connecting." I didn't think too much of it at first. I was busy, yeah, but I was doing all this for her. I thought she'd be proud once she saw what I was working toward. Then one night, she came home from work, sat me down, and hit me with it. "I think we should take a break." Just like that. No warning, no build-up, no big fight. I asked why, and all she said was, "I need to figure some things out. I feel like I lost myself." I swear to you, my blood ran cold. She didn't even cry. No emotion. Just sat there, eyes dry, like she was reading off a script. I asked, "Is there someone else?" She shook her head fast. "No, of course not. I just need space. I need time." But deep down, I already knew. You can feel it when you're being replaced. It's like your gut turns into a ticking bomb. After she asked for a break, things got real quiet between us. I moved out that weekend. Didn't say much. Just packed up my stuff and left. I didn't want to fight or beg or ask her to stay. What was the point? You can't force someone to love you, especially when their mind's already somewhere else. But even as I was putting shirts in a suitcase, something wasn't sitting right. There was this guy she used to talk about all the time, Matt, a co-worker. Harmless at first, from what I could tell. She'd bring him up casually, like, "Matt said the funniest thing today," or "Matt and I had to work late on that report again." I ain't the jealous type, really. But the way his name started popping up a lot, it had me alert. Then all of a sudden, right before she asked for the break, she stopped mentioning him, like he vanished off the face of the earth. That's when it clicked. She didn't lose herself. She just found someone else. I didn't want to accuse her without proof, but I wasn't about to sit in the dark either. So I called someone I still trusted, Emily. She works at the same company as Sarah. We'd been friends before I met Sarah, and she always kept things neutral. I didn't tell Emily everything. Just asked, "Hey, be honest with me. What's going on with Sarah?" She asked for a break, and I got a feeling there's more to it. There was a pause. I could hear her breathe in deep, like she was weighing whether to speak. Then she said, "Look, I probably shouldn't be telling you this, but yeah, there's talk at the office. People think Sarah and Matt are getting close. Real close. Some of us think it's already more than that." I didn't even know what to say. Just sat there with my phone to my ear like a statue. Emily added, "I didn't want to get involved, But I thought you deserved to know. She said you've been distant lately, that you were too busy. But honestly, a lot of us could tell she was being pushed by the others. They were telling her to explore her options. Explore options? Like this was a dating app? So while I was breaking my back working overtime, saving up for a life with her, she was out here being encouraged to sample something new? Yeah, that hurt. Real bad. After talking to Emily, I just sat on my bed staring at the wall. You ever feel like you're in a movie you didn't audition for? Like, you're watching your life fall apart, but can't even move? I gave it a day. Tried to calm down, think things through, but the silence was killing me. So I messaged Sarah. Can we talk? She said, sure. Come by after work. I went over, heart beating out of my chest. Not from hope, not from nerves. Just pure anger and confusion, wrapped up in the same ball. She opened the door like nothing happened. Smiled like I was a delivery guy dropping off a package. We sat on the couch, and I didn't waste time. Is there something going on with Matt? She blinked. Took a second too long to answer. No. Why would you think that? I just stared at her. She wouldn't meet my eyes. She started fidgeting with the sleeve of her sweater, chewing her bottom lip. I've just been tired. Things have felt different. You've been working all the time, and I barely see you. That's because I've been saving for a house. For us, I was planning to propose. That hit her. Hard. Her eyes welled up instantly. She covered her mouth and whispered, You were? Yeah, but I guess you were too busy, finding yourself to notice. She broke down crying. Real ugly kind of cry. The kind that makes you want to reach out and hold them, even when you shouldn't. But I stayed planted. I didn't cheat, she said. I swear I didn't. Nothing happened with Matt. I didn't believe her. Still don't. Emotionally, you did. I said, you checked out. You stopped being here. And whatever it is you're doing with him now, it's betrayal either way. She kept saying sorry. That she didn't mean for it to get this far. That she didn't even know what she wanted. I stood up and told her I wasn't going to sit around waiting while she figured out whether I was still worth it. You want a break? You got it. For good. And then I left. Just like that. Didn't look back. Didn't cry until I got to the car. The drive back from her place felt like the longest 30 minutes of my life. I didn't even play music. Just the sound of tires on the road and my own breathing. My hands were shaking the whole time, like my body knew before my mind did. This was really over. I got home, sat on the couch for a few hours, didn't even take off my shoes. Just sat there thinking about every little thing. The plans we made, the stupid TV shows we watched, the way she used to rest her head on my shoulder like it belonged there. It all meant nothing now. The next day, I started packing for real. I couldn't stay in the same city. Couldn't run into her at the grocery store or see Matt's smug face around town. That would have broken me, and I knew it. So I called in a few favors, pulled some strings, and found a job in another city 6 hours away. It wasn't easy, but it felt necessary. Like if I didn't leave, I'd drown in memories. I had a decent amount saved, what was supposed to be for our down payment, for the ring, the whole future. Now it was going to be for my new start. No ring, no house, just me and a U-Haul. I didn't tell anyone right away. Didn't want the, oh no, what happened? Or, you guys were perfect conversations. I told Emily, though, she deserved to know, especially after she told me the truth, when everyone else stayed quiet. She was quiet for a second on the phone, then said, she's going to regret this one day. I said, I hope she does. But truth is, I wasn't even sure I meant it. Part of me just wanted to stop feeling like someone ripped a piece of my chest out and walked away with it. I was halfway through packing my kitchen when Emily called again, said she needed to get something off her chest. She started with, don't be mad, but I told Sarah about the proposal plans. At first, I didn't say anything, just held the phone tight against my ear and stared at the floor. I didn't mean to, she rushed out. It just slipped. She was crying at work, talking about how she messed everything up, and I told her. I told her you were planning to propose. I still didn't respond. Then Emily added, She broke down like completely, had to leave early. She didn't know. I thought she did, but she didn't. That hit me harder than I expected. Because, yeah, Sarah asked for a break. Yeah, she probably had feelings for that Matt guy. But hearing that she didn't know about the proposal, that shook something loose in me. I imagine her hearing those words, he was going to propose, and realizing what she threw away. Emily told me Sarah didn't stop crying a whole day, that she said she felt like the worst person alive, that she kept whispering, "What have I done?" I wanted to feel good hearing that. I didn't. It just made everything heavier. Like now I was carrying her guilt on top of my own pain. But I told Emily the truth. I'm still leaving. And I meant it. Let her cry. Let her feel the weight of it. Because I already carried mine for months while she was figuring things out. With another guy's name on her tongue, I left the city a week later. No big send-off. No dramatic goodbye. Just me, a packed car, and a highway that felt like freedom for the first time in a long time. New job, new apartment, new city. I told myself this was a clean slate, and for the most part, I wasn't waking up thinking about her every day. I wasn't checking my phone, hoping to see her name. I was actually doing better than I thought I'd be. Then December rolled around, and I made the dumbest mistake of all. I went home for the holidays. I figured it'd be fine. Quick visit with family. In and out. No drama. But of course, life had other plans. Josh, one of our mutual friends, was throwing a Christmas party. I almost didn't go, but my cousin dragged me there. Said I needed to be around people. I walked in and bam, there she was. Sarah, standing across the room, holding a glass of wine, laughing at something someone said. And just for a second, everything stopped. She looked good, better than she had any right to. I thought I'd be angry, thought I'd feel sick. But no, you want to know the worst part? I felt something. That smile, man. That damn smile she used to give me. It was right there, and I felt my heart twitch like it forgot everything she'd done. She saw me. Her face changed. She looked surprised, then nervous, then something else. Sad maybe? Regret? We didn't talk that night. Just kept glancing at each other from across the room. I caught her staring more than once, but she never came over, and I sure as hell wasn't about to start anything. But driving home, I kept thinking, why did seeing her still make my chest hurt in that stupid, familiar way? After everything. After the lies. After Matt. After the so-called break. I still wasn't over her, and I hated that. Couple days after the party, I got a message from Sarah. Just said, "It was nice seeing you the other night. You look good." I stared at it for a solid 10 minutes. Not because I didn't know what to say, because I didn't want to say anything. But of course I did. "Didn't expect to see you either," I replied. "You looked happy." She responded quick. I wasn't. Not really. I should have stopped right there. I should have blocked her, deleted the chat, walked away again like I did before. But no, I let it drag on. She started telling me how seeing me brought back everything, that she still dreams about our old apartment, the little routines we had, that she missed me. I asked her straight up, "What happened with Matt?" She took her sweet time responding. Then she said, "It wasn't what I thought it'd be. He wasn't you." That made me laugh. Out loud. Alone in my apartment like some idiot. She went on about how they barely lasted 2 months. Said things fizzled. That he wasn't emotionally deep. That she made a huge mistake listening to people at work. I asked, "Did you cheat with him while we were together?" Another pause. Then she hit me with it. "We kissed once, during the break, but I swear nothing happened before that. Break my soul, and then play semantics." That's what it felt like. She wanted it to not count because she waited a few days before locking lips with the guy she'd been eyeing for months. I told her it still felt like cheating. "You were already gone before you ever told me." And then she hit back with, "I was scared. You were distant. I didn't know you were planning a future with me." I said, "Because I wanted to surprise you. Not everything has to come with a warning." She just said she was sorry again, said she still loved me, but I didn't reply to that part, because love without loyalty is just noise. About a week went by after that conversation. I didn't block her. Should've, but I didn't. She started messaging me every other night. Little things. A meme we would have laughed at. A song we used to listen to. A picture of the restaurant we had our second date at. Stuff like that. Like she was trying to crawl back into my life through memories. Then one night, she called. No text first. Just a straight-up call. 11 p.m. I almost let it ring out, but my curiosity got the better of me. When I picked up, she sounded small, like she had rehearsed the whole thing in her head, and forgot the script the second I said, hello. I need to tell you something, she said. I didn't say anything, just waited. She went quiet for a few seconds, then finally admitted it. Matt didn't just kiss me. We hooked up once. You ever feel your whole body go cold? Like your blood just packs up and leaves? I said, so you lied. That whole time you were saying it was just a kiss. You knew you were lying? I thought you'd never talk to me again if I told you everything, she said. I was scared. Scared. They always say that, don't they? Like fear justifies betrayal. I didn't yell. Didn't say a word for a solid 10 seconds. Then I just said, I already left once. I can do it again. She begged me not to hang up, kept saying how much she regretted it, how it meant nothing, how she didn't even enjoy it, how she thought she and I were done for real. I asked, so why'd you start talking to me again? Why dig me up just to bury me twice? She whispered, because I miss you, and I hate myself, and I don't know how to live with what I did. I told her, that's not my problem anymore, and I hung up. I wanted to throw my phone across the room. I didn't. Just turned it off and sat there in the dark, feeling like I'd been played all over again. A couple nights after that call, I was doing better. I hadn't responded to Sarah since I hung up, hadn't opened any messages. My phone stayed on Do Not Disturb. I even started sleeping better again, started focusing on work. Felt like I was finally climbing out of the pit she left me in. Then came the photo. No message. No hey. No context. Just a picture. It was her, lying in bed, holding the hoodie I left behind at her place months ago. My old college hoodie, the one she used to steal when she wanted to feel close to me. She was crying in the photo. You could tell. Her eyes were red, nose puffy, face blotchy. Under the photo, she typed one sentence. I don't know how to let you go. I sat there staring at the screen, heart pounding like it wanted to climb out of my chest. I didn't know what to feel. Anger? Pity? Confusion? All of it. All at once. Because how do you tell someone you used to love that they're the reason letting go is even necessary? I didn't reply, but I didn't delete it either. And that's what messed me up the most. I wanted to feel cold toward her. I wanted to move on. But somehow, even now, she still had a grip on part of me. And the worst part? She knew it. She knew exactly what to say, what to send, when to send it. She wasn't dumb. She knew I'd see that hoodie and remember every night she wore it. She knew I'd remember her curled up beside me during storms, whispering how lucky she was. Now she's a storm, and I'm still standing in the rain like an idiot, trying to feel nothing that I was doing laundry, middle of the day, mind finally at peace for once, when there was a knock on my door. Not the mailman kind, not the neighbor dropping off a package kind, just slow, nervous, familiar. I already knew. I opened it, and there she was, Sarah, in person. No warning, wearing a black hoodie and jeans, hair tied back like she didn't care how she looked. But I could tell she tried just enough to not look like a mess. She didn't even say hi, just looked at me like she was waiting for permission to speak. I didn't move, just leaned on the doorframe. What are you doing here? I asked. I needed to see you, she said. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I laughed, not because it was funny, but because of course. Of course, she came when I was finally doing okay. Thought you didn't know how to let go, I said. She flinched. I don't want anything, she said quickly. I needed to look at you. Just once. Not through a screen. That part almost broke me. She was trembling. eyes already glassy. I stepped outside, closed the door behind me. You don't get to keep showing up every time you feel guilty. I told her. I was rebuilding. I was doing fine. And now you're here. She nodded like she expected that. Then she reached into her bag and pulled something out. It was a letter. I wrote this a month ago. Didn't send it. I couldn't. But I need you to have it. I didn't take it right away. Just stared at it, thinking this is just another way back in. Please, she whispered. Just read it when you're ready. I took the envelope. That was it. She didn't ask to come inside. Didn't try to hug me. Just gave a little nod, turned around and walked away. Didn't look back. I wish I could say I threw that letter out. But I didn't. It's still in my drawer. Unopened. It took me 3 days to open it. Every time I looked at that envelope, my chest tightened. Part of me didn't want to give her the satisfaction of being hurt again. The other part just wanted to know why. Why she did it. Why she chose someone else. Why she kept trying to come back after torching everything. When I finally opened it, her handwriting hit me like a gut punch. All that familiar looping cursive. She used to leave me sticky notes with that same writing. Have a good day, or don't forget lunch. And now here it was again, but this time it was a confession. The letter started soft, like she was easing into it. If you're reading this, I guess I got brave enough to give it to you. Or selfish enough. I don't really know the difference anymore. She talked about how happy she was with me in the beginning. Said she never thought she'd have that kind of love, that stability. But then she wrote, at some point I started resenting how solid you were. You had this drive, this plan, this strength, and I felt like I was just following you through life. I didn't want to feel that way. So I started looking for something that felt like it was mine. That something, of course, was Matt. She admitted they talked more than I ever knew, that it started innocent, sharing lunch breaks, staying late to finish work together. But then it turned into inside jokes, long stares, accidental touches. The night I asked for a break, I'd already kissed him once. I told myself it didn't mean anything, but I think I just didn't want to be the bad guy. I thought if I asked for space, it wouldn't be cheating. But it was... She said it was the worst decision of her life. It didn't last. We weren't even close to what you and I had. I think I needed to lose you to understand what you really meant to me. And by the time I realized, it was already too late. The letter ended like this. You don't have to forgive me. You probably shouldn't. But if I never get to speak to you again, I want you to know this. You were never a problem. I was just too stupid to see I already had everything. I folded it back up. Sat there in silence. I didn't cry, but something inside me just settled. Not healed, not fixed, just settled. Like maybe I finally understood the size of the hole she left, and that nothing she said could fill it. A few days after reading that letter, I tried to move on again. Threw myself into work. Spent more time at the gym. Went out with co-workers, even when I didn't feel like it. Anything to keep from thinking about her. But then came the Instagram change. Someone sent it to me, her profile. She had wiped nearly everything. No more selfies. No photos of friends. Just 2 left. One of her alone in some field at sunset and the other? A photo of us. From a trip 2 years ago. That beach one where she had sunscreen all over her nose and I looked sunburned and exhausted. But we were smiling like idiots. She left that one. Caption said nothing. No tags, no date, just left it there like a grave marker. Why keep that one? Why now? That same day, she texted me. From a number I forgot I hadn't blocked. Saw your new interview. You're killing it. I'm proud of you. Short, innocent on the surface. But underneath it, I could feel the old strings being tugged. I didn't answer. I couldn't, because if I did, we'd end up right back in that cycle. Her guilt wrapped in sweet words. We try to make sense of it all, both of us bleeding out in slow motion. But that night, I dreamed of her. Not the cheating, not the fight, just the old version. The way she used to fall asleep on my chest while we watched TV, mumbling something half asleep, drooling a little. Dumb stuff, real stuff. It hurt, not because I miss her exactly, but because I miss who she was before she ruined it. That's the part nobody tells you about betrayal. It doesn't just take the person you love. It takes the memory of them, too. It was a Friday night, raining hard, the kind of downpour that makes the whole city go quiet. I was halfway through a movie when I heard a knock on the door. Didn't think much of it. Figured it was my neighbor or a delivery mix-up. But when I opened it, there she was. Sarah, soaked, hair clinging to her face, hoodie drenched, no umbrella. Just standing there like a scene from some cheesy movie she used to make fun of. I didn't even say anything. Just looked at her, probably with more confusion than anger. She spoke first. I didn't know where else to go. I didn't move. Didn't invite her in. Why are you here? I was out with friends. They invited some guys. I didn't want to talk to anyone. I got overwhelmed. Then I don't know. I ended up in a cab and told the driver your address. She looked embarrassed saying it. Like even she didn't believe herself. You could have gone home. I didn't want to. I should have shut the door. But I didn't. I let her in, gave her a towel, a dry shirt, a pair of old sweats. She changed in the bathroom. Came out quiet, holding her wet clothes in a grocery bag like some stray animal. We sat on the couch, silent for what felt like forever. Then she said something that stuck in my ribs. Do you think I'm broken? I didn't answer. Because, yeah, maybe she was. Or maybe she just broke me so bad I couldn't tell the difference anymore. Eventually, I offered to drive her home. She didn't protest. Just nodded and grabbed her stuff. On the ride back, she asked if she could hold my hand. And stupid me, I let her. She didn't say anything else. Just looked out the window like a ghost. And right before she got out, she turned and said, I wish I could go back. I didn't respond, because we both knew there was no going back. When I got home from dropping her off, something felt off. I went to the bathroom to wash my face, try and snap out of whatever fog she left behind. And that's when I saw it. Her underwear, folded up neatly, tucked beside the laundry basket, right where clothes used to fall when she stayed over. I stared at it like it was ticking, like it was placed there with intention, because it was. I know Sarah. She doesn't forget things like that. She wanted me to see it, touch it, feel something again. I didn't throw it out, didn't put it away either. I just left it there, like I was waiting for it to disappear on its own. That weekend, she texted me. Sorry for dropping by. I didn't mean to mess things up. I miss what we had. You're the only one who ever felt like home. I didn't answer, but I didn't block her either. I kept going in circles in my own head, every hour swinging between I miss her and I hate her, between maybe people change and maybe I'm just stupid. It's like she never left completely. She was in my apartment again, in my damn laundry pile, in my head, everywhere. I told myself she was playing a game, but the worst part, I still hadn't figured out if I wanted to win it or just stop playing it. It's been a month now. The underwear's gone. Tossed it in the trash one morning without thinking. Just stood there holding it. And then my hand moved before my mind caught up, like my body knew it was time. Sarah hasn't messaged since. No calls. No texts. Nothing. Maybe she finally got it. Or maybe she's waiting for me to reach out. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I kept her letter. Not because I believe everything in it, but because it's the only closure I'll probably ever get. Her version of an apology, neat, controlled, too late. I still see her sometimes. Not in person, just in memories. Like when I'm cooking dinner and remember how she used to dance around the kitchen barefoot, holding a spoon like a mic. Or when a certain song plays on the radio and I catch myself humming along before it hits me. This was our song. And some nights, I still miss her. But that version of her, the one I fell in love with, she doesn't exist anymore. Maybe she never did. I wrote out a message last week. Just one line. I loved you so hard it broke me. But I never sent it, because it wouldn't change a damn thing. And I'm done bleeding for someone who watched me drown. So yeah, this is the end. No more hoping for closure. No more letters. No more knocking on my door. She asked for a break. I gave her forever. The end.
Goodbye.